Welcome back to The Vocalist. Today we are listening to the singer Jacques Brel. This will be my second time hearing him. The first time was in one of our Patreon hangouts where we watched a clip of him singing Amsterdam. It was incredible, so I wanted to hear him again. Today, forgive my pronunciation, we are going to watch him perform the song Ne me quitte pas. Here we go.
Ne me quitte pas. Il faut oublier tout s'oublier qui s'enfuit déjà. Oublier le temps des malentendus et le temps perdu à savoir comment. Oublier ces heures qui tuaient parfois à coup de pourquoi le cœur du bonheur ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte. Moi, je t'offrirai perles de pluie venues de pays où il ne pleut pas. Je creuserai la terre jusqu'après ma mort pour couvrir ton corps d'or et de lumière. Je ferai un domaine où l'amour sera roi, où l'amour sera loi, où tu seras reine. Ne quitte pas. Ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, pas.
Oh my gosh. I did look up the English translation before watching this to make sure I'm on the same page. The big standouts for me, the first time I heard him and now hearing him again, first, his commitment to the performance as a whole. There's so much emotion, even though it feels so simple. It feels so earnest and so genuine. I love it. And the other thing is his use of text, his pronunciation, his inflection. Again, I don't speak French, but I love the conversational approach. I love that I feel like I'm watching a scene unfold, as if I just sort of stepped into the other character's body and he's talking to me. You know, it feels so natural in that sense. Yeah, I think I'll say we're gonna go back. We're not hearing as much of his like singing voice, of his tone here, but it's still glorious. He has such presence in his sound, such power in his vocals. I'm sure you could just search his name and find a million different performances online that demonstrate that. This one is just, it's equally as powerful, but in a very different way. So, back to the beginning.
Ne me quitte pas. Il faut oublier tout.
I just want to play that again. The hesitation.
Ne me quitte pas. Il faut oublier tout s'oublier qui s'enfuit déjà. Oublier le temps des malentendus et le temps perdu à savoir comment.
You can almost hear the rubato in the piano where he is allowing for space and time to communicate the words in the way he wants. But then we don't lose that time because then later on we get a little bit more of that ebb and flow so that different passages start to speed up a little bit. It was especially at the beginning of this last line.
Qui s'enfuit déjà, oublier le temps des malentendus et le temps perdu à savoir comment oublier ces heures qui tuaient parfois à coup de pourquoi le cœur du bonheur.
That's got to be so challenging for him to be so emotionally invested, and you can sort of hear remnants of like a little bit more press in his chords, but he's not diving into that. He's not letting that take over. So we're still getting a little bit of texture and more of that conversational speech-like sound, even though you can hear those vibrations where if he just really decided to kind of lock him in, we would get this really present, big, boomy sound, but he's resisting that.
Parfois à coup de pourquoi le cœur du bonheur ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte. Moi, je t'offrirai des perles de pluie venues de pays où il ne pleut pas. Je creuserai la terre jusqu'après ma mort pour couvrir ton corps d'or et de lumière. Je ferai un domaine où l'amour sera roi, où l'amour sera loi, où tu seras reine. Ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas.
I know I said that we don't hear all the magnitude and the power of his voice in this. I recognize what we just heard had so much presence and power, but he goes so far beyond that, which is why I said that in the first place. Here, this last stanza, his phrasing is just stunning. Like, we get these gorgeous legato lines. I love hearing that rolled R in French song or melody, or it's just so stunning. In combination with the speech-like R that sits a little further back, I think hearing the two in one piece is just so beautiful. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but let me get this piano transition.
Ne me quitte pas, je t'inventerai des mots insensés que tu comprendras. Je te parlerai de ces amants-là qui ont vu 2 fois leur cœur s'embraser. Je te raconterai l'histoire de ce roi mort, de n'avoir pas eu de rencontrer. Ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas. On a vu souvent rejaillir le feu de l'ancien volcan qu'on croyait trop vieux. Il est, paraît-il, des terres brûlées, donnant plus de blé qu'un meilleur avril. Et quand vient le soir, pour qu'un ciel flamboie, le rouge et le noir ne s'épousent-ils pas? Ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, quitte pas, me quitte pas. Me quitte pas. Je ne vais plus pleurer, je ne vais plus parler. Je me cacherai là à te regarder danser, sourire et t'écouter chanter puis rire. Laisse-moi devenir l'ombre de ton ombre, l'ombre de ta main, l'ombre de ton chien. Mais ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas, ne me quitte pas.
That ending felt almost abrupt because I could have kept listening for hours. It's incredible. I don't know if he was doing any gestures with his hands, but it's just incredible what he did with his face and what he was able to convey with his voice and, you know, with the expressions on his face. Every time he said, you know, don't leave me, please don't leave me, it was so different from the last. We saw this huge arc. The storytelling is just next level. And I think this might be a big claim. I'm going to say it. This is my favorite kind of performance. Hands down. I think the only other singer I've featured on the channel, oh golly, we've been at this for a few years, so forgive me if I am not thinking of someone, but Lara Fabian is the only other singer who I feel does this same kind of performance, which I believe both of them are Belgian, or I don't know, maybe that's just, it's a cultural thing. I don't know. It's so impactful, at least for me, to watch performers go there. And it's genuine. It's not that they're putting on a front. It's just, I feel that you can either sort of make believe in your mind, or you can pull from a previous life experience to really energize a song with meaning and help convey that. I'm babbling. I know that. I love seeing the words, the text, the story, the characterization sort of take lead, even though, you know, we're still hearing an incredible vocalist. It's just that they're creating art. You know, this is just an entire piece of art. It's not just a song. And I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that's missing. I don't know. Just maybe, yeah, it's missing from certain songs. I know that every piece of music has its own purpose. Not every piece is meant to do this and to elicit this kind of response. But those that are, I think sometimes it's scary to go all in. So when you see an artist or a performer do that, I find it incredibly moving. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.